All right, so we're gonna start opening some packs. We're gonna do this the non-fun way because
Oh,
Melissa doesn't
jeez.
want me to have fun.
This
So
is it's more
it's a
makes more
lot
sense.
logistically. It's a lot better. She's correct. So basically, I'm gonna open all my packs first, and then she's gonna open all her packs, and I'm gonna get started right now. This guy is called Gideon. He's taking an oath. His hand is on fire, and he is about to get his head ripped open with might of my fingertips. As you can see, I got an ad card. I start from the other side. I got Akun Flameseeker, Dazzling Reflection, Slip Through Space, Saddleback Lagak. I don't actually know what the hell he is. What does he do? Oh, he has support 2. He's a 3/1 for 4 mana. Yeah, it's okay. Not too bad. Kozilek Shrieker. He's a Kozilek dude. He gets +1/+0 per colorless mana you spend on him. It has to be colorless, though. Netcaster Spider. Reach. Whenever Netcaster Spider blocks a creature with flying, he gets +2/+0 until end of turn. He's a 2/3 for 3. Expedition Raptor. This is a 2/2 with support 2 for 5. Did we end up playing this one? I can't remember if we cut it or
Our
not.
opponent had
Yeah.
the card.
We thought about putting this in, but I
Yeah.
think we cut it. But it's pretty cool. It's a little expensive for what it is, but the support 2 is really nice on it. So it's a 2/2 flyer for 5, which is a little much. But it's pretty good in limited. Reality Hemorrhage, Devoid, deal 2 damage to target creature or player. It's alright. It's cool that it's Devoid. Crumbling Vestige, that one's kind of neat. It comes into play tapped, but when it comes into play, it adds 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. So
that card's pretty cool.
yeah, it's neat. It fixes you early game, even though it doesn't late game. But sometimes you just need to burst that extra, like, oh crap, I needed 2 white or whatever. So very useful. Gravity Negator is a 2/3 for 4. Flying Devoid. When he attacks, you can pay a colorless. If you do, another target creature gains flying until end of turn. I think you said you saw this one on the other team, and you were like, "I wish we had that one." But
that would have been nice to have.
And now I'm into the uncommons. Grip of the Royals has a surge cost of 2. Tap target creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. Draw a card. So it's not too bad just because it cantrips. I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it'll be good in older formats. I think you can see maybe some fringe play in standard. Mind Melter. We had one of these guys, I think.
Yep.
Devoid Mind Melter can't be blocked. Pay 4 mana. Target opponent exiles a card from his or her hand. Activates ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. So I mean that's pretty neat, especially if you end up with a lot of mana. You can kind of attack your opponent's hand with him. Gift of Tusks. Oh, this one is it turns a creature into a 3/3 elephant until end of turn. That's kind of neat. Then I got Munda's Vanguard. He's a core knight ally with cohort. Tap an untapped ally you control. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. I don't know how good allies are going to be, although I did hear a lot of people thinking this was going to be one of the better cohort abilities at least. Although I'm not convinced that cohort is super strong. And then an island and an elemental token. And the elemental token is probably pretty cool. It looks neat. I like it. You want to see? You see? It's an elemental. Look at him. He's crazy. All right, next pack. I tone it down. Melissa's like, tone it down, Kevin. You're getting too excited.
I mean,
I gotta get to the Linvala. Where is she?
No, my Linvala.
I'm gonna get her, and then I'm not gonna give her to you unless you pay me $1 million.
I don't think she's worth $1 million.
Fine, 500,000. Spark Mage's Gambit. 1 damage up to 2 creatures. Those creatures can't block this turn. Shoulder to shoulder. Oh, this one's kind of neat. Support 2 and draw a card for 3. Yeah, it's nice because you get to draw a card and you put 2+1/+1 counters on things. That seems pretty cool. Slip through space. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. Draw a card for 1 mana. For 1 mana. That's actually a pretty neat effect. I could see it being used in a lot of the decks that in standard Pauper. I can see it be used maybe to like make something unblockable and trigger some prowess triggers and things like that. But other than that, I don't know. Witness the end. Target opponent exiles 2 cards from his or her hand and loses 2 life for 4 mana. It's not super good. If you need to turn on the exile kind of effects, it can be okay. Got played on me. It didn't end up being super mean on me just because I was so mana flooded that I had land for days and I exiled 2 swamps. But and some people it could be good. Can be Gorgers, 6/5 for 6. Pretty simple. He's a worm. Oh, this guy used a lot. Kozilek's Translator. You can pay a life to add a colorless to your mana pool. He's a 3/5 for 5 mana.
I like his
This-
artwork.
I like his artwork too. I like the little colored
Yeah.
stuff back there. I find him to be very, very useful in my particular deck. Blinding Drone is the 2-cost, 1/3. Devoid, pay a colorless and tap to tap target creature. We got this played against us and it was a huge pain in the butt.
Yes.
Kozilek's Pathfinder. You pay a colorless. Target creature can't block Kozilek's Pathfinder this turn. It's a 5/5 for 6. That's pretty mean just because he's so big. Probably in limited he'll be very good. Not outside of limited, I'm not sure he'll get a whole lot of play, but you never know. Spawnbiter Mage. It's a 2/4 ally with cohort for 4 mana. Tap an untapped ally you control. Tap target creature. I mean, tapping target creature is always strong. This strikes me as being a little overcosted at 4 mana, and the fact that you have to tap another creature with them. But you know, it's kind of neat. Oblivion Striker, Devoid, exile target creature. Oh, I love this card. It's removal.
That
It's
was
great.
pretty good yesterday.
Yeah, and especially if you're playing any processors, it's like, oh, and now you have things in exile. So you know, I like this card a lot. I mean, 4 is a lot for a removal spell, but it's certainly in limited. It's great, and even outside of limited, I don't think it'll see. Probably not standard constructed play or older formats,
I
but
wouldn't think so.
but it might see Pauper constructed play. I wouldn't be surprised. Seed Guardian, 4 mana for a 3/4 of each. When Seed Guardian dies, put an XX green elemental creature token onto the battlefield, where X is the number of creatures in your graveyard. Oh,
Oh,
this is
got the
probably what.
elemental.
Yeah, that's what this.
Oh, the token looks like
Yeah,
him
it
too.
does. They look kind of the same. This is his buddy. This is the token
Yeah.
I got. Look at that guy. Yeah, that's a neat card. Is that an uncommon? I think I'm in the uncommons. Yeah, I am. Ruin in their wake. Devoid, search your library for a basic land card and reveal it. You may put that card onto the battlefield tapped if you control a land named Waste. Otherwise, put that card into your hand, then shuffle your library. Oh, that's pretty neat. I can see
We
that
didn't
being
get any
cool.
of those yesterday.
No, we didn't. Well, it's uncommon, so
Oh.
it's not too likely to get. Jorga Auxiliary. It's a 2/3 for 3 with a pay 6 mana and support 2. It's kind of neat. And I have Stonehaven Outrunner. What does Stonehaven Outrunner do? Equipped creatures you control get +1/+1. Whenever an equipped creature you control dies, draw a card. It's
Or
kind of
Put
neat.
it in my equipment
Yeah,
deck.
you might take that one and put it in your equipment deck. I think that's a good idea. It's kind of a throwback to Stoneforge Mystic. I think that's why it has stone in its name. So that's neat. And I got a swamp, and I got another token. We're doing well on tokens. That's always nice. I'll
man,
put the cards over here. All right. So yeah, I still have 5 packs left. This one is Chandra. She's coming to set you on fire. Burninating the Eldrazi's.
Jeez.
Negate. We all know what that card does. Strike Mage's Gambit. I already covered that one last time. Shoulder to Shoulder. I did that one too. Slider Drone's 2 cost for a 2/2. Devoid Slider Drone gains Death Touch until end of turn. We didn't get any of that. That's kind of
No,
neat.
that would have been a good one to
Yeah,
have.
because I mean, I was black and colorless basically, so that would have fit right in my deck. Lead by Example. 2 mana, support 2. Not nearly as good as Shoulder to Shoulder, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Untamed Hunger. I had a few of these. Enchanted creature gets +2/+1 and gains Menace. 3 mana I thought was a little overcosted for it, but it can be a good ability. I didn't play it just because I was a little too afraid of whatever I played it on getting removal played on it. But you know, in limited, I could see that being playable. Core Sky Climber. 3/2. Pay 2 mana. Sky Climber gains flying until end of turn.
Meh.
Not great.
Meh.
Reality Hemorrhage we already looked at. Oh, I got a waste.
Ooh.
It's a waste. Look at the cool geometries on this thing.
I like the artwork on that one.
I like
more
the
than other one.
I like the yeah. I agree. This one's the better waste out of the. I don't know how many there are, but this one's
I
a
only
pretty
remember
cool
2.
looking
There's
one.
probably more than 2.
But yeah, they definitely. I like how all of them look. But yeah, this one, the way they're
The way they
floating and
rock the float.
shaped, it looks really cool. Containment Membrane. I had this played on me a whole lot last night.
We
To
didn't
stop
get
our
any
creatures.
for us.
Yeah, we didn't get any, but people
Otherwise, I
like
would've
to
used it.
people like to stop my things from untapping. They even played it on my guy who didn't really need to untap to use his ability, but
Well, he was sort of a
he was
big
still
creature,
a pretty powerful
so...
creature. That wasn't a terrible plan. Grasp of Darkness. Target creature gets -4/-4 until end of turn.
That would have been nice too.
That would
Why
have been
didn't
really
you get
nice.
that?
I'm not good at drawing. This is just one of the comes into play tapped, dual lands. It's not super exciting. And then my rare is
red. That's not
press
rare.
into. Oh, that's not my rare yet. I have one more.
Jeez.
Oh, did I? Oh yeah, yeah, I have one more. Press into service. I'm bad at this. 5 mana, support 2, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature, it gains haste until end of turn. It's kind of a neat one. I think we actually had one in our pool, but we didn't play red.
No.
And then Oath of Nissa. This was one I was actually kind of excited about, so I'm happy to get that.
That's it's
not a super valuable card, but it's a neat one. Basically, you look at the top couple of cards of your library. I think it's 3. You can take a creature, planeswalker, or land from among them, and put it into your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your library. So that's pretty powerful, especially for 1 mana, especially for green. This is the kind of effect that blue usually has. So having it in green for 1 mana is pretty sweet. And then the secondary ability is not super important, but it is you may spend mana as though it were any type to cast planeswalker spells. So this fits perfectly into some kind of Super Friends deck. I think this will see standard play. I don't know how much standard play it'll see, but I think it'll see at least some standard play. So that one's pretty cool. Got a forest. And I got a Scion token. This Scion looks pretty neat.
Creepy looking.
He almost looks like a sliver or something. He has horns. I don't know what those are about, but he's pretty cool. All right, I'm getting there. 4 left. This is the midway one, the halfway mark. This pack broke apart weirdly, but that's fine. I didn't see who was on the front. It's Chandra again. Chandra, give me good things. Searing Light, 1 mana. Destroy target attacking or blocking creature with power 2 or less. Situational, but pretty cool.
We almost put it in.
Yeah, we decided not to just because we were like, I don't know how much we worry about the little teeny ones. Although, against that 1/4 flyer, that would have been so good.
Yeah.
That one game, there's just a 1/4 flyer that pinged us over and over again and made our life a living hell. Anyway, negate, obviously pretty good. Maw of Kozilek. What does this one do? Devoid. Maw of Kozilek gets +2, -2 until end of turn if you pay a colorless. It's a 2/5 for 5. Or for 4. It's it's okay. No great shakes. We already looked at this one. Pulse of Murasa. Turn target creature or land card from a graveyard to its owner's hand. You gain 6 life.
Yeah.
I don't think it's too good, but in limited, I could see it being pretty useful. Isolation Zone. Oh, this is one of the better removals.
Yeah, and we never got it in all 3 games.
Yeah, but you did. You had one in your deck, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 4 mana. But it's basically like a Oblivion Stone. It's just a little overpriced for what it is, but in limited, it's great. When it enters the battlefield, creature enchantment gets exiled until it returns. Right. Yep. Goblin Freerunner. A lot of people are saying this is going to be one of the best goblins in like pauper playable goblins. He's a 3/2 menace for 4 mana, but he has a surge cost of 2. And goblins love surge. Goblins love dropping 1-drops. So turn 3, you could put this guy out with a 1/1. So he could be powerful in that kind of deck. I don't actually know if he'll make the cut just because goblins is already a pretty crowded deck in pauper, but he's a neat guy. He looks pretty cool too. All right. Waste. Hey, it's a cool one again. Containment Membrane. We already saw that. Seer's Lantern. It's an artifact for 3. You can tap it to add a colorless mana to your mana pool, and you can pay 2 and tap it to scry 1. So it's good for some grindy things. This is just another uncommon land that comes into play tapped. White or green to your mana pool. Allied reinforcements. Put 2/2 Knight allied creature tokens onto the battlefield. It's not great, but if you're playing an ally deck, this gets you a couple ally triggers pretty easily. Unity of Purpose. Support 2, untap each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it. That's alright. My rare is Goblin Dark Dwellers. Some people are excited about this card. I mean, it feels a little bit like an overpriced Snapcaster or something, but its ability is really neat. So when Goblin Dark Dweller enters the battlefield, you may cast target instant or sorcery card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that card would be put into your graveyard this turn, exile it instead. So basically, it gives.
The ability seems like a lot of fun.
Yeah, the ability seems really fun. 5 mana is a lot for a creature, but you do get a 4/4 out of that too.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a 4/4 with menace, I guess.
Yeah, so it's not bad by himself, and I think this will probably see standard play. I don't know if it'll break out into modern at all. Some people look at it and see Snapcaster, but of course Snapcaster is 2 mana.
Way
or whatever.
better.
Yeah. So I'm not as convinced, but you know, I can see why they feel that way. Giving an instant or sorcery with mana cost 3 or less in your graveyard flashback, basically, which is what this does, except it makes it free, is pretty good value. It's 5 mana, but it's pretty good value on 5 mana. So that's that. I got a forest and a plant. So I'm liking the cards I'm getting so far. I haven't gotten any of the top tier, but some of the cards I've gotten have been pretty good. We're back to Gideon. He looks so stoic. Slip through space. Did we already look at this one? I think we did. And brute strength. Target creature +3/+1 until end of turn. That's simple enough. Chorus Scythe Master is a 3/1. First strike, and as long as he's attacking for 3 mana. Netcaster Spider. Yeah, we did that one. Kozilek Shrieker. We did this one too. He gets +1/+0 for colorless mana spent on him. Stalking Drone. 2 mana for a 2/2. Devoid, pay a colorless, gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Activate this ability only once each turn. So it's not terrible for a 2/2, but not amazing. Cinder Hellion. Tramples. When Cinder Hellion enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to target opponent for 4 mana. For 5 mana, it's a 4/4. So yeah, we had that played against us, and it seemed okay. It's 4/4 with Trample is not too bad. This is a much more boring Wastes. Is this the one you didn't like, or is this?
No,
I think it's much. I think there was another one in addition to this one, too. This one is way boring. Oh, this guy's a lot of fun. We played this guy. Dwar Isle Avenger.
Yeah, I like this one.
It's a 3/3 flying for 3, basically. It says 5 up there. Just ignore it. At least if you're playing Two-Headed Giant, that surge cost is all you would ever play it for.
We were able to play it for its surge cost every time.
Literally every time, yeah. So, but it was. I like this guy a lot. He definitely gummed up the sky so our opponents couldn't attack in, and also got in for some good damage himself. So we found him very, very useful. Warden of Geometries, I played a lot of this card, and he's really neat.
Yep,
he's a 4 mana, 2/3 with Vigilance, so he can swing in still, and then he can also tap to add a colorless mana to your mana pool. He can swing in still. He can also just sit on defense, and if you have a instant abilities that can use that mana, he can just do it at the end of their turn. He's pretty neat. I felt like he was. I don't think he'll necessarily be good in standard, but
I think 4 is a little bit
overcosted.
Too high.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. But in limited, he did great for me. I loved him. Make a stand. 3 white, 2 colors and a white. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain indestructible until end of turn.
We didn't get into those.
We didn't. We're in the uncommons now. I'm not totally convinced, but it could be okay.
Yeah.
If you're going wide, maybe. It's a good combat trick. In limited, I don't think it'll see anything other than limited play. Grasp of Darkness, I think we already looked at this one. Yep, -4/-4. That one's pretty neat. We didn't get any of those.
Oh, we already did her.
Yeah, we already did her too. And the rare is...
Is it actually the rare this time?
I think so.
Okay.
I think I know who it is. I think I already got one of these.
It's too slow.
Oh my god, it's the stone guy again.
Oh.
You get 2 for your equipment deck.
Yay! 2 for the equipment deck.
And a plains and a zombie. So that's nice. I mean, I don't think he's a terrible rare. I don't think he's.
I don't think people are gonna be.
No, he's not. He's not one of the big ones. I haven't gotten any. Maybe your packs will have all the.
Yeah, mine gonna have all the cool stuff in it.
All the mythics or whatever. Oh, I didn't get to show you this one. There's another Gideon.
I don't know how concerned anyone is.
They care, and they also care about Shadows over Innistrad.
I care about Shadows over
Innistrad. I care about the thing. I don't care about the other guys. Slip through space. Kozilek Zamal. I feel like we've seen almost all of these. Dazzling Reflection, I'm pretty sure we looked at before too.
It's probably not.
Natural State. I'm trying to go a little faster just because I'm sure people are starting to get bored. Natural State. Destroy target artifact or enchantment with converted mana cost 3 or less. Some people think this will see modern play in sideboards.
Maybe.
The other
not bad.
The other option is the one that gives you 4 life back. I forget what it's called. But it doesn't really matter. But this one is a little more restrictive, but it doesn't give them 4 life back. So in aggressive shells, this one might be better.
It's always the equipment or the artifacts that are little tiny things.
Yeah, exactly.
That are most annoying.
Yep. So some people think that could see some play. Kozilek's Translator. Elemental Uprising. I don't know if we looked at this one. Target land you control becomes a 4/4 elemental creature with haste until end of turn. It's still land. It must be blocked this turn if able. Doesn't seem great to me just because it goes away. But turn 3, I could see casting this and forcing a bad block on your opponent, so it almost acts like a removal spell. So
Yeah.
early game, I could see it being okay and limited. Seer's Lantern we already looked at. You said that was pretty neat. Oblivion Strike.
Yeah, we like
Yeah,
that
I
one.
looked at that one. That one's pretty cool. Spellbinder Mage. Oh yeah, we looked at this one too. A little overcosted for what it is. Zelda's Commando, First Strike, tap an untapped ally you control. Zenda's Commando deals 1 damage to target opponent.
Oof.
That seems really weak to me.
Yeah, because you have to tap 2 creatures. You can't tap it because it taps.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
Now we're into the uncommons. We're looking at a Reckless Bushwhacker. He has a search cost of 2, which is kind of neat. He's a 2/1. He has haste, so you can play him out. Theoretically, if you're doing 2 giant, you can play him out on turn 2. So that's pretty good. When he enters the battlefield, if his search cost is paid, other creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain haste until end of turn. I mean, this guy definitely sounds a lot like Goblin Bushwhacker, which is ridiculously good. I'm not sure he's as good as Goblin Bushwhacker. I mean, he's obviously not as good as Goblin Bushwhacker, but he's pretty good. You know, if you can play him for his search cost, he's definitely, I could see him being used in aggressive Goblin Shells in Standard. Visions of Brutality. Devoid, enchant creature. Enchanted creature can't block. Whenever enchanted creature deals damage, its controller loses that much life. Yeah, it's not bad and limited for a lockdown card.
A little weird.
A little weird, but not totally terrible. Oh, well, we're gonna see the rare now, but
Ooh.
Deceiver forms is the rare, but that's not that
Don't
exciting.
jump ahead.
Ruin in their wake. Oh, we already looked at this one.
Yeah,
Anyway.
nobody cares about that one.
Deceiver forms. What does he do? At the beginning of combat, on your turn, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, it's revealed this way. You may have creatures you control other than Deceiver form become copies of that creature until end of turn. You may put that card at the bottom of your library.
He's kind of cool. That's weird.
He's super neat. I'm not sure he's good. I think he's definitely not one of the ones that's super valuable.
No.
But
he might be fun to play.
He definitely seems neat. I mean, there are definitely times when you could use this ability, and if you built the right shell around it, just blow your opponent out. But I'm not convinced it's too good. I got one 3 elemental as my token. All right, I'm down to my last pack. Hopefully I'll get something good, because so far it's kind of been whiffing a little bit, but it's not been too bad. Oath of the Gatewatch. It's Nissa. Give me something good, Nissa. I believe in you. Eldrazi Aggressor. I'm gonna go through this one a little quicker. Alpha Protector, 1/4 Vigilance for 3. Mighty Leap. Everybody knows what Mighty Leap is if they play Magic, because it's been reprinted a million times. Pulse of Musara.
Yeah, that one.
Murasa. I said it wrong. Zulaport, Chain Mage. Did we do this one?
No.
Tap an untapped ally you control. Target opponent loses 2 life. Well, it's better than the other, except it's 4 mana, and it's a 4/2, so you don't really want to tap it. You want to just attack with it.
Okay,
it's pretty terrible. Sweep away. We got this played against us, I think.
Yes.
Turn target creature to its owner's hand. Bonesaw. Equip creature gets +1/+0. It's a 0-cost artifact, 1 to equip. Tajura, Pathwarden. Vigilance Trample, 5/4 for 5. Isolation Zone we looked at. Goblin Freerunner we looked at. And now we're in the uncommons. Strider Harness. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and haste for 3 mana.
3.
1 to equip.
Almost.
Void Grafter. Green and blue and a colorless. Devoid, Flash. When Void enters the battlefield, another target creature you control gains hexproof until end of turn. This one's actually pretty neat, given that it has Flash, because you can making a guy untargetable to save him from a kill spell is pretty neat. I like that a lot.
Only cost, that's not too bad.
3 mana for a 2/4 is also very reasonable. Tears of Valakut. So it can't be countered. Tears of Valakut deals 5 damage to target creature with flying for 2 mana.
They played that against us, I think.
Did they?
I think
it's
so.
pretty good. It's definitely, as a sideboard,
That's how they
it's
kept
awesome.
Some of the,
and in limited, it's probably pretty good. It's limited. You're gonna run into people who have flyers. Almost everybody's gonna have at least 1 flyer. And the rare is. Oh, I'm so scared to look.
Look. Oh.
Aww. And now this guy feels really bad because he knows we're disappointed in him.
That's alright.
Eldrazi Obligator. Devoid. When you cast Eldrazi Obligator, you may pay 1 and a colorless. If you do, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature and gains haste until end of turn. Haste. So basically, for 5 mana, it works a lot like a card that I already run. I forget what the heck her name is, but she's a 3/3 for 5 who has haste and also steals a creature for a turn. So it's neat that you can play it a little early if you want to be aggressive, and then obviously later on it's just a pretty big. It can be a pretty big swing, especially if there's something big to steal. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's okay.
I like the bigger Eldrazi more. He was kind
Forest
of more interesting.
and zombie. All right, well that was me. That was me. And now we're going to do Melissa.